Blighttown is recommended. True. Any early advice for a Miracle Spear build on Dark Souls 1? Absolutely not from me. I have done very minimal magic builds on Dark Souls 1. Question, how much did your PC cost? My PC cost me about $4,000. It was about $4,000. Altogether. Just for the PC itself, not counting monitors and microphone and stuff like that. The PC itself, just the case and components, was $4,000. It was like $3,800. Nope, it's the other one, isn't it? Is it this one? I swear there was one more secret in here. Maybe it's a level lower. Witches! The utter whiff. Maybe I'm just losing my mind and there wasn't a secret area, a second door up there. Damn! Oh, it wasn't cheap. I'm gonna guess dual graphics card. Wait, you're just a dead boy. You're just a dead boy. Your PC cost you 700 euros 5 years ago? Shit. Oh, but yeah, I have two 970s. I have two 970s in here, yeah. So the graphics cards themselves are a touch out of date, considering that we're on like the 1080 Ti or 1090, I think, maybe even is in the works. But she is a beast, is a freaking tank, and can run pretty much anything at max settings without dropping like frames at all, unless the game isn't optimized very well, which there are some out there. It's unfortunate that I can run like Metro Last Light at ultra settings, like custom maxed out all the way peak settings with like 140 frames per second, fluid in motion, and then there's some indie games out there that run like utter shit. Because optimization, a lot of people out there get this misconception that graphics are the most intensive part, and that's true for the most part. Graphic intensity is like a big part of like games and stuff running well. Obviously a 3D rendered game is going to take a lot more processing power and more, you know, weight on your graphics card than like a 2D platformer. However, optimization is like key. If a game, even if it's a 2D pixel art platformer, isn't optimized very well, it can still run like shit. You made it to level 15 and 16 in Fidel? Oh no. What did the Vamps do in Fidel? I never made it that far, Belina. I never made it that far in that game. I should return to that game at some point. I never made it that far. This game is so damn pretty. It's not allowed to be this pretty. Shouldn't be allowed. It should just be illegal for a game to be this goddamn good looking. Do you prefer a higher frame rate or consistent frame rate? Honestly, with the monitors I have, I am perfectly content just having a game run at a solid 60 or even 90, depending on the game. But if a game can run at a solid 60 FPS without dropping ever, I would rather have that than anything. All right, so that's my way to the dungeon. So I want to go to An Orlando, though. I don't want to go down here. I don't want to go to the dungeon yet, because that's into Irithyll dungeon. See, that's where we were looking at before. I believe it was you, Godbirdie, that I was talking to. It might have been BMO, I'm not sure. That's the where we were looking at from up on the start of the level. That was the entrance to the dungeon where you fight the guy with the Murakumo. What game is Fidel? Fidel Dungeon Rescue. It is a fantastic game. Let's see, Fidel. And store page. That's news, not store page. News! Oh, and it just got updated. Oh, that was in August. My bad. It got updated in August. It is a cute roguelike where you solve puzzles on your way through randomized levels and are basically a cute little corgi that's trying to save your master. So I would recommend checking it out. It's a great game. Just recently picked up Spelunky. BMO, did you get it on sale? Because it was on sale, like, it might still be on sale right now on Steam for like $2. Like $1.50. Spelunky's on sale. Which is, if you don't own Spelunky after any of these sales that are going on, I don't think I can talk to you. Spelunky is arguably like my favorite game of all time, and I consider to be one of the best designed video games of all time. And the fact that a game that I consider that good and that highly regarded is on sale for $1.50 is just ridiculous. And it's been on stupid sales before. It's been as cheap as like $1 before. It's like Terraria. When Terraria goes on sale for like $2, it's like, why don't you own it yet? Why are there still people out there that don't own it yet? Got it because of the sale? Nice. Dude, there's tons of good sales. And obviously I could pimp them out because I'm a Green Man Gaming partner, but there's like a ton of good sales going on Green Man Gaming right now too. So if you guys are interested, head on over there and check out some of the great sales that are going on. And if you use that link right there, you're supporting the channel as well. Dragon's Dogma, Dark Arisen, one of the like best role-playing games, fantasy role-playing games in the past couple of years, is on sale for like $12 right now with the DLC and everything included. Stupidly good game. I believe Fallout 4 is on sale for like $12 right now still. It's just a great sales going on. It's currently kicking your butt though. Spelunky will do that. Spelunky will do that, and it will not feel bad about it. And that's why I like Spelunky. It takes you, you know, a couple hundred hours to master, but once you do, it's like finely tuned inside of you. You bought KSP because of a sale? Nice. 40% discount. That's a stupid good sale on Kerbal Space Program. I still don't own that. I'm meaning to pick it up. Oh yeah, anything... Jesus! But yeah, anything you guys purchase through those Green Man Gaming link that I just posted, it not only supports the channel, but also they're just stupid good deals, which I highly recommend. Not only just because I get money out of it, but also just because it's I've bought 2 or 3 games off of the sales that are going on right now, because it's stupid to think that there's games that cheap. Like Dragon's Dogma and Fallout 4. I may disagree with Fallout 4 as like a good game, but I don't think it should be $12. I don't think it should be $12. But still on sale? Damn. I've paid 15 runs so far and haven't been able to get past the 3rd floor. The 3rd floor of the mines? So like 1-3? If so, that's not that's not unusual at all. It took me 40 or 50 hours of playing Spelunky to get to the jungle consistently, which is the 2nd world out of 5. And out of 5 main worlds. That's not counting the fact that there's like a billion kajillion secrets in that game that I won't spoil. I hope you don't get spoiled for you. I hope you figure them out yourself. But if you ever have Spelunky questions, not to brag, but I would be one of those people that you would want to be questioning about that. There's a couple of people on the internet that you would want to ask if you have questions about Spelunky. I would be one of those people. I'd probably be one of the 5 people you'd want to go to. So it's like Gungeon then? Kinda. In a strange way, yes. Hey, beach umbrellas are being shot at me, right? Small's Great Hammer. Some Divin Blessings. Divin. Whee-wee. In a very subtle, non-argumentative way, it is like Gungeon in that regard. It is a roguelite that is level-based and randomized, or not randomized, but procedural. Spelunky is actually more randomized. There's some procedural to it. Like, obviously, it's not completely random. There are certain seeds in Spelunky where you can get completely boned by the level design or the level generation, which is kind of unfortunate, but also it's unfortunate but yet stupidly hilarious sometimes. Like certain items and crates being spawned in areas that are like, you expect me to get this kind of areas. Oh yeah, I love Spelunky. I could talk for thousands of hours on Spelunky, and the more you guys talk about Spelunky right now, it just makes me want to play Spelunky. If I die, I will. Dude, are you actually fucking kidding me right now? Oh. I'm so fucking mad! Oh, Jesus Christ. Holy shit. Wow. I can't tell if I was being ganked or if I was just being an idiot. Probably both. You have 31 hours in Gungeon and you've been to the Forge once? That's not actually that bad. You bought it, played it for an hour, and got a refund? I would love to pick your brain on why you didn't like Gungeon. I would love to pick your brain on that. Perhaps it's just not your type of genre. Maybe you're not interested in those types of games. I would pick your brain on that. It'd be real cool to not die. Just want to get my shortcut. I just really want to get my shortcut, but I can't remember where it is. Oh, Jesus. Isn't it down here? I can't remember. Then with that money you bought Binding of Isaac? Fair. Being 100% real, I've never seen that attack before. I am not. I refuse. Okay, maybe I shouldn't refuse. Maybe I should be smart and just do it. I mean, just because you like, I guess just because you like Isaac doesn't mean you gotta like Gungeon. They are very, very, very different games. Gungeon was marketed as like Isaac with guns, and it's not at all true, which I think is quite hilarious. Because it's completely untrue. They're similar in a very, very subtle way. But that's about it. Hey, Necron, how you doing, man? You bought Saints Row 3 because it was on sale? There you go. Saints Row 3 is a good game. It's not the best game, but it's definitely not a bad game. I still like 2 more. Yeah, Isaac with guns and the Dark Souls of this. You knocked that right on the head, man. Those comparisons are something we gotta live with nowadays. It's the Dark Souls of this. Nice scythe. Can I have it? Thank you. Appreciate that. This is nice of you to give me that. Wheel. All right, come at me, boy. I will go down there, but I don't want to do it yet because I have to open up my shortcut. And I believe my shortcut's right down here. One of the best shortcuts in the entire freaking game, for sure. One of those things that Dark Souls 2 didn't have. Good shortcuts. And the way that the map worked around itself. Like a damn labyrinth. Man, it's so good. A game where you struggle and get down to zero Estus, and you open up a door and you're like, wait a second, holy shit, it's a shortcut all the way back here. And it is one of those situations where it's like all the way back here. It's not one of those, oh well, it's just a shortcut to like 5 minutes ago. No, that's one of those things that I wish Dark Souls 2 did better. What I just did there. This is like the only bonfire for like 30-40 minutes. It just feels so good to get that shortcut and be able to think, well, you know, now I don't have to go through all that bullshit again. Still sick? Oh no, man. Still got the stomach flu? Or stomach virus, I should say. They're both different, I guess. 2 euros for Saints Row 3 was a good deal. That's a damn good deal. It's very old, but that's still a very good deal. I think Souls-like game. It's like comparing a knife with a gun. They are both weapons, but that's it. True. Cuphead is the Dark Souls of running on games. Dead Cells was considered Souls-like too, yeah. And Spelunky was the Dark Souls of platformers. Rogue Legacy was the Dark Souls of platformers. Isaac is the Dark Souls of twin-stick shooters. Gungeon is the Smash TV version of Isaac. It goes on and on and on and on. The Dark Souls comparison is the one that kills me the most. Just because you die in a game doesn't make it like Dark Souls. A fair comparison to being like Dark Souls, if you want a Dark Souls that's like the Dark Souls of this, you want to play Salt and Sanctuary, because that's the platformer Dark Souls. That's the 2D Dark Souls. And the reason that that's a fair comparison is because Salt and Sanctuary was designed to be the 2D Dark Souls from the ground up. It wasn't just designed around the concept of it. It was actually designed to be the 2D Dark Souls from start to finish. Like, it's completely shameless about it too. Like, completely transparent. Like, yeah, we made this game to be the Dark Souls of 2D games. Yeah, and Hollow Knight's the Dark Souls of Metroidvanias. Granted, Hollow Knight took a lot of influence from Dark Souls, but they're nothing alike. Crash Bandicoot, Insane Trilogy's the Dark Souls of platformers. Oh, when people... Oh, Necra, if there's ever a time where you can say, ooh, triggered, that's the one that triggers me the most, is when people say that XCOM is like Dark Souls. Oh, does that rile me up? That riles me up so hard. XCOM is like Dark Souls. It's not like... There's literally 0% similarity between XCOM and Dark Souls. Oh, that one's the worst. That is probably the worst of all of them. is when people say that XCOM is like Dark Souls. I actually lose my shit when people say that stuff.
Ah, well met, Ashen One.
Oh, and Mayron, I didn't see you pop in. How you doing, man? What the shit? This stream is too much details for me. I don't even understand 30% of it because my English is, well, oh, that's unfortunate, man. Yeah, it is an English-only chat. If you're having a hard time communicating, just feel free to hang back and lurk and just enjoy the stream. Even if you just gotta watch or listen. But welcome in, Mayron. Thank you for considering stopping by. I do appreciate you being here, and even if it's hard for you to understand. I've had viewers come in who don't speak any English and just watch for the gameplay, and that's perfectly fine. That is perfectly fine. Lurk away. Feel free to sit back, crack open a Pepsi, and just watch, if that's what suits it for you. There's this stigma on Twitch that I don't like, that so many streamers say that if you're not chatting, they don't want you in their stream. That's the worst attitude. I hate that attitude. 90% of my community are people that just pop in and watch, or have it on their second monitor, like Belina, who's playing games, or Pokematsu plays Stardew Valley while I'm on her phone or on her TV. Absolutely do that. Lurk away. I'm a lurker on almost every stream I go to. I prefer comparing XCOM to Fire Emblem. See, that's where it's fair, because Fire Emblem and XCOM are both tactic RPGs. It's fair. Thank you, Mayron, for the follow, man. Welcome into the High Mind, dude. Fire Emblem and XCOM are both tactical RPGs. Same with Final Fantasy Tactics. Same with Tactics Ogre. Same with, I think Disgaea even a little bit, kind of, is very similar to those. So when people are like, is Fire Emblem like XCOM? I'll look at them in the face and I'll just say, yeah, it's like Fantasy XCOM. Because that's a fair comparison. When people are like, is XCOM like Dark Souls? Well, yeah, it's like a tactical version of Dark Souls. Get out of here. A tactical version of Dark Souls is Darkest Dungeon. If you want a turn-based tactical version of Dark Souls, you go Darkest Dungeon, not XCOM. They're nothing alike. Disgaea has tactical RPG taken to ludicrous levels. Oh yeah, and Disgaea is insanely deep.
Passing fine ash thou hast given.
Like I'm playing Dark Souls 3 right now while watching. Exactly.
I only hope these new
exactly.
content thee.
That's one of the benefits of having a TV and 2 monitors. Even if I'm not streaming, if I'm watching somebody on stream or a YouTube video or something, I'll have it on my other monitor while I'm playing typically Spelunky or Isaac or something like that. One of my mindless games. I have 5 of those. I have too many souls, man. Take those little doinkies. Dude, the blood gem is so cool looking. That's a cool sprite. I'm gonna get that tattooed on my right eyeball. So badass. You feeling edgy? You feeling edgy? Oh, Claymore. That's my baby. That's my baby. Like my favorite weapon in all the games. The Flamberge kind of has taken the spot of my favorite weapon, but Claymore is where it's at. Claymore's OG freaking Dark Souls 1 badass weapon of the game. Because not only did you have to freaking fight a dragon to get it, but it also was a badass, like, dual stat weapon. It's both strength and dex. Darkest Dungeon is hard as fuck. Darkest Dungeon is awesome, though. Like, I love a game that shoves my face in the dirt. I like Dark Souls. I like roguelikes like Isaac. I like roguelikes like Cogmine that I've been playing recently. I like a game that is like, it shows the player only as much respect as they deserve. If you don't obey the game's mechanics, if you don't listen to the game, if you treat the game like it's freaking a new Mario game where it like basically handholds you, if you treat it like that, the game throws you into the dirt and says, no, you have to earn your place here. I love games like that. It gets a little touch and go when there's like ludicrous amounts of RNG in there, like XCOM, We all know that XCOM's RNG is a little stacked in the game's favor, but it's awesome because it's like nothing feels better than hitting a 95% shot. But then again, nothing feels worse, or nothing feels better than hitting a 30% shot, but then nothing feels worse than missing a 95% shot. That's what I meant. I have too many souls, man. The biggest lie ever. So you just have your game windowed? Nice. Most annoying one I've heard properly is The Witcher's like open world Dark Souls. God damn it. I bought a Centipede figure when I went to the con. Like Centipede the game? That's cool. I'd be into that. Dude, Gundir's armor. He's gonna get it. He's gonna get it. He has no discipline. He has no discipline. I'm gonna buy all your embers as well. You know why? Because I can. Why not? So what am I up to now? We are going to fight Pontiff Sullivan. That is our next goal. We're going to go fight Pontiff Sullivan.
Ah, well, 'tis good, wasn't he?
And become the king. Become the king of Irithyll. Like Hearthstone because that has a lot of RNG. Never played Hearthstone. Speaking of strategy, would you consider streaming Iron Harvest when it comes out? Looks pretty damn cool. Iron Harvest? Can't say I've even heard of it. Meow Mariness! Oh my god, it's been a while. How are you today? Welcome in, Meow. Welcome back. Oh, BMO, totally. The devs have even come out and admitted that the RNG in XCOM is weighted against you.
Welcome home.
And I love that. I kind of am in the camp of the devs. I think that's a great idea.
Very well. Then take nourishment.
There's a lot of people out there like, well, it lies to you. It's like, no, kind of, but at the same time, it feels pretty cool to like, even though the game's lying to you, beating the game's odds. I love that. I like that feeling. Nah, we're not going to do that. We're going to do 2 in here and then 1 in here? Or does 3 in vigor and get up to almost 1,000? I could go endurance.
Farewell, Ashen One.
Aww, Meow, you damn worm in my heart. You know that means the world to me. Well, I hope that I can make your day even the slightest bit better. That's one of the reasons I do this. If people are having a shitty day, they can stop by and just hang out. Morning, Lack. How you doing, bud? Weirdest part is that weird flipped hit rate only happens when needed to kill the unit I'm attacking. True. It always seems that way. That's a mental thing though. It always feels like the game's out to get you if you're in your brain, if you feel like you should have won or if you should have hit, it always feels like it's even worse then. Iron Harvest is a game set in 1920 with steampunk robots and stuff. The aesthetics are awesome. I will definitely... Necron, if you want to post a link to, like, a page on Iron Harvest in the Discord, just throw it in anywhere. Throw it in the game suggestions. Throw it in general. I don't really care. And I'll definitely check it out. I know it's not morning for you, Lack. It's my morning, though, so I say good morning. I know it's not morning for you, bud. Oh, it's so badass. Not very samurai, though. I mean, it looks ornate enough to be samurai, but if I'm going to wear this to be a samurai, I don't think I could wear the helmet. Because the helmet doesn't mesh with it. So I have to wear like this? I mean, I just... Morn's armor is so good, though. I just love Morn's armor. God damn is Gundir's armor good. Dude, Trogo, you're from Italy? That's awesome. Did someone say steampunk? Dude, I'm in the same boat, meow. Anybody that says steampunk is immediately gonna get my attention. This is one of the many reasons I love you, Lack. You live in Italy? Nice. I live in New Jersey, so I can't really relate to that. It's just the most flat sitcom of lines I've ever heard. I love it. It's the best. That stuff keeps me happy every day. Have I ever heard of FTL? BMO, have I ever heard of FTL? Not only have I heard of FTL, I was actually one of the people that promoted that game when it first came out, and the Advanced Edition when it came out, and I've given away like 8 copies of it so far, like just this year on the stream. I think FTL is one of the best roguelites. It's like one of the top 3 roguelites ever made. When people ask, like when I'm playing Isaac or if I'm playing like Gungeon or Spelunky, and people are like, well, if you were gonna recommend like a roguelite to start with, like if I were to like be in a conversation with somebody and they're like, what roguelites would you recommend I start? What's a good entry point? The 3 I mention are FTL, Spelunky, and The Binding of Isaac. And the reason is because they are not nearly as punishing as the other ones in the genre, because they were like there first. Same with Rogue Legacy, but Rogue Legacy is it's the first one, so it's not completely ironed out. As much as I love Rogue Legacy, it's not completely ironed out like FTL, Spelunky, and Binding of Isaac are. FTL's so good. Speaking of FTL, not only do I need to start playing FTL again, but I also need to finally play Convoy, which is like Mad Max FTL. I need to finally play that at some point. And yeah, Mayron, I completely on your side. Fashion souls for life. And considering I'm going samurai, so like this armor, Morn's armor's just so good. It's so good. It's my favorite armor in the entire game. It's my favorite armor, and I'm lucky that it fits with the samurai build, because it is my favorite armor set in the entire game. My favorite armor sets in the game is Morn. Second place goes to the Dragon set, And then my third favorite is obviously Dragon Slayer, because Rip Ornstein. Ordered a bunch of steampunk clothing a couple weeks ago. Nice. Gonna go have dinner. Bye, Belina. If we don't see you later, we'll see you the next time then. The Church of Yoshka. Yoshka. And Rogue Legacy can be punishing. True, but also was like legitimately was the first roguelite. It was like the first roguelite aside from like the Flash version of Isaac. It was the first one that like really defined what a roguelite was. Also, can we get a steampunk DS like game? Oh, Dark Souls like game. I thought you were talking like Nintendo DS, and I'm like, isn't like every Professor Layton game a steampunk game? Speaking out of knowledge of that, because I haven't played any Professor Layton game ever, but thank you, Chogo, for the host. Favorite steampunk is Dishonored. Dishonored is so good. I still need to play Dishonored 2. I both need to play Dishonored 2 and I need to play through Dishonored 1 again. Because I actually have not played any of the DLCs for Dishonored 1. You just got bitch slap, Boyle. Dude, wrecked me a little bit. Character looks like a little bit like Kenshi from Mortal Kombat. Troll Goat, you just made my day, because not only does he look like Kenshi from Mortal Kombat, I'm actually he's modeled after Kenshi from Mortal Kombat. Hilariously enough, I'm modeling my guy after Kenshi from Mortal Kombat. That's like the guy I'm trying to envision for my samurai. Even though Kenshi's not a samurai. He's just an Eastern warrior, but still. He was modeled, my guy's modeled after him. PC can't run Dishonored 2. My PC barely runs Minecraft. Well, you'd be surprised. Minecraft is actually pretty intensive. There's a lot of things that game has to spawn in. It's always surprising when people like, ooh, my PC can't run Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. And I'm like, it's a pretty heavy, intensive, it's a pretty intensive game. You'd be surprised. I was talking about this earlier. There are games out there that don't look like they would be hard to run, but they are very hard to run. Like, Isaac has a ton of stuff that it has to run in the background, like particle effects, things, you know, on top of each other, layers. Textures are, you know, it's got double textures sometimes, triple textures in some parts. You'd be surprised. Screw Kenshi, smoke is where it's at. Yeah, but like... But nah. Hashtag... Get fucked. Did I manage to do the clean hands achievement? Clean hands. In Dark Souls? You're gonna have to elaborate, Troll Goat. Are you talking about Dishonored? The clean hands achievement in Dishonored? Is that where you don't kill anybody? You do the full pacifist run? I did the pacifist run in Dishonored. Ooh, the Jedi is here. One of the coolest boss fights in the game. He's such a cool boss fight. He's such a cool boss fight. I actually made a like 2-minute video of this fight, my second time fighting him in my first playthrough when I was playing the game through on YouTube. Because I was like, Dark Souls 3 has a Jedi, because the dude is a Jedi. And I did beat him on my second try, so I'm hoping that I beat him this time. Because I did beat him on my second try. So basically, if I don't beat him this time, I'm going to be real upset. Because my first time playing through, I fought him with no armor on, so I'll be real embarrassed. Kenshi is a Ronin. True, he is a Ronin. Which is what we've established as our character. We established that pretty earlier. This is a samurai run, but my character is basically a Ronin. Allowing me to do backstabs and stuff like that. Dishonorable. Because otherwise I think it would be just too much of a dick. Not a good character. Ooh, get out of here. There are a lot of good characters in Mortal Kombat, but if I had to pick one, my favorite would be Sub-Zero, to be honest. Which Sub-Zero? The older brother or the younger brother? Yeah, I mean, around the Pontiff's soundtrack for this fight is one of the best in the game. Might be the best in the game. It's so freaking epic. Because I don't have to do anything. This is one of the best fights in the game. This is top 3 fights in Dark Souls. Nice hit. Nice hit. I am being stupid. I'm dodging back. I shouldn't be dodging back. I should be dodging in. Miss. That was very stupid of me. That was also very stupid of me. Come on, you son of a bitch. Oh, fuck. I thought that was the wrong move. I thought that was a different move. Jesus Christ. Forgot how much of a dickhead this guy was. Get out of here. The current Sub-Zero? Not the one that became Noob Saibot? Okay, so the younger brother. Okay. Favorite character is Raiden. Never played Mortal Kombat, not my thing. Not the Goran playstyle, completely different from mine. I should also give myself a death counter. I did die like 3 different times, so I'm just gonna do it the cheat way. I'm just gonna go switch point death 81. Rather than trying to cheat it the other way. Parry for days. You like the Abyss Watcher soundtrack more? I think the Dancer and Pontiff are probably the best songs. Okay. Dancer and Pontiff. And then the #1 song in the game for me is, I think it's pretty obvious, is probably The Soul of Cinder. Probably The Soul of Cinder is my favorite song in the entire game. Be right back. Alright, Necro, we'll see you in a bit.
Welcome home.
Nice try.
Speak thine heart's to farewell.
Nice try, dude.
Just what neat.
I don't have one. And I can't upgrade yet. Okay. Sweet.
I don't want to see my...
Ah, well, how...
I would say Soul of Cinder is the best boss fight in the entire series.
Ashen one.
Welcome home. Speak. Very well. Then touch the take nourishment.
Just me, though. Only one.
Farewell, Ashen One.
How much does a level cost me now? 32? 30. I can sell a little bit more. I'm not going to walk around with 25k. Don't need those. I'm not going to be using kukris. Not going to be using those. Not going to be using that. Not going to be using that. Those are gone. Get that shit out of there.
Ashen One.
Welcome home, Ashen One. Speak that. Very well. Then touch take no. Let these souls withdrawn from their vessel.
Now we'll do endurance instead.
Farewell, Ashen One.
I wasn't very impressed with her, BMO. I wasn't very impressed with that fight. I liked it quite a bit, but I wouldn't say it's... I wouldn't call it amazing. But that's just me. I think it was a good fight. I think it was a pain in the ass of a fight. It was definitely a difficulty spike, for sure, but I don't know if I would say it was one of the best. Yep, that's Archdragon Peak up there. That is Archdragon Peak. Which you ride from way up there. Up in the dungeon. Because that's the dungeon up there. That's Irithyll Dungeon. The peak of Irithyll Dungeon. And over there is Archdragon Peak. Oh, you sons of bitches. You're not escaping, bud. Nameless King. Yeah, but for as much of a pain in the ass as he was, Nameless King is definitely... a top-tier boss. Potentially rivaling Soul of Cinder, Gwyn... for like the top spot. Gotta have some honor. If someone's gonna invade your world and you don't treat them right, you gotta fight them. You want a bow? I don't have a bow, man. I don't have my bow equipped. Hold on, let me hold yourself. I don't have my bow. Let me give you this one. Hold on. Let me give you this. Let me give you this. I don't have my bow, man. Yay! I like this guy. All right, let's do this. Dude, he's got the Exile Greatsword. Boy's using a good weapon. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, you earned that. You earned that. Is that the Exile's Greatsword? That's the Exile Greatsword, right? I think that was the Exile. That's such a good weapon. If it wasn't a great sword, if it was just a curved sword, I would be able to use it for my samurai build, but it's a great sword and I can't. Otherwise, I would have totally cheesed my way to use that weapon, because that's a great freaking weapon. Exile Greatsword's it's like top tier weapon. What's my favorite video game? That's an incredibly tough question to answer. I mean, if you're going like enjoyment, something that I thoroughly love, every single aspect of it about Spelunky HD would be it. Would be my all-time favorite. But I would also say that Witcher 3 is potentially a favorite as well. It's a tough question. That is the Exile. Such a good weapon. He got killed by the King of Storms more than Nameless King himself. I think I got the hang of the King of Storms within like 2 or 3 times fighting him. And then it was just grinding away for nearly a week and a half on the Nameless King himself. I wish that was a joke. It's not a joke. Also, do keep in mind that I played my entire first run armorless. No armor. It was a no armor run. So Nameless King was a wallop. So he took me about, I think it was 13 days of playing. I spent about 20 hours trying to beat him. Skyrim is a good game as well. Skyrim's good. Skyrim is Nowhere near my favorite Elder Scrolls game, though. Morrowind is superior in every way. Morrowind is superior in every single way. Hashtag opinion. But I always have to defend myself when I say stuff like that. Well, you said that Skyrim wasn't good. No, Skyrim's great. Just because I said something else was better doesn't mean I didn't that the other one is worse. Skyrim's a fantastic game. I spent several hundred hours in that game. Comparatively, my dad spent several thousand hours in that game. But no, I do like Skyrim. I just think their decision choice or the design choices in that game compared to Oblivion and Morrowind, and or even more so Oblivion from Morrowind, were very questionable. Isn't there a secret somewhere around here as well? Oh, there's a chest. By chest, I mean Himimiko. Which is actually a Pokemon now that I remember. Token. Get out of here. Skyrim is the only Elder Scrolls game you've played. I mean, if it was the only game you've played out of the Elder Scrolls series, I would say probably don't go back and play Morrowind or Oblivion, because they don't age very well. But deep down, I would suggest to do it because they are so good. Like, Morrowind has aged absolutely shittily. Like, it has not aged good at all, or well at all, I should say. But it's a superior game in every way, and there are mods out there. So if you like want to mod the game, if you're playing on PC, consider playing Morrowind, but get a lot of the new mods for it. Get some of the mods for it that make it a much easier game to play. Because like a modded up, like the remastered, like modded up Morrowind is like just way better than pretty much anything. Shitty decision to heal there, but... Oh, look, it's the Deacons of the Derp. Oh, the Deacons of the Derp. Oh, no. I'm so sorry that you're going to die. Not really. We get to fight some Drang boys here in a second as well. Just really not being a wise man. I'm going to stab you with my candle. You cannot touch me. Roll. Bad roll. Does not open from this side, that's correct. Let me do some quick research real quick, because I believe Necron chimed in. Let's go add. I actually own Mafia 2 and I've never played it. So this is mostly to Necron. I actually own Mafia 2. I never played it. You've played 1 minute. Last played. I think I launched it to do some settings shit on December of last year, but I never played it. So yeah, interesting. It's interesting you bring that up. I have to go have dinner. All right, Troll Goat, thank you so much for hanging out, bud. I hope you enjoyed your time here. If you do, always be considered to hit that follow button so you can get notified when I go live. Join the hive mind, my friend, but no pressure. Enjoy your dinner. I'm going to be making lasagna tonight, so I'm all kinds of excited about that. Thank you for hanging out, man. Thanks for hanging out, and thanks for having some conversation with us. Always enjoy having new people here who feel comfortable, man. Penta favorite Dark Souls class, the ones you make up yourself also count. Favorite Dark Souls class, the ones that I make up also count. Favorite Dark Souls class is, I mean, obviously I'm a little biased towards the Hex Mage from Dark Souls 2 because it's incredibly powerful. It's almost too powerful if you build it right, which, you know, I build my Hex Mages pretty smartly, as you guys could probably tell from my Dark Souls 2 playthrough. I build them in a very, very good way. Yo, Drang Boys! Drang Boys! Drang Boys! You know, one of these days, you want to get every day. Oh, Mayron, we knew you were saying bye to Troll Goat. We were saying bye to Troll Goat as well. Sorry for the confusion, my friend. Wait. Probably Hex Mage, but considering that the Hex Mage, Battle Mage, is from Dark Souls 2, which makes me a little less inclined to like it so much, just because I don't really like Dark Souls 2 very much. I mean, that's the weird thing, right? Because, like, Dark Souls 2 is the inferior Dark Souls game, to me. To me. I know, Lack, I know you're a fan of Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 2 is your favorite in the Souls franchise. That's fair. I appreciate that. But for me, it's weird because Dark Souls 2 has two of my favorite builds, and it's my least favorite Dark Souls game. The Hex Mage and the Power Stance, like dual mace build. I think I had a name for it, but I'm blanking on it right now for some reason. That build has a name. I gave it a name, but I can't remember it for the life of me right now. It's basically it's the dual wielding mace build, power stance build with maces. 2 lightning maces, power stances, just incredibly powerful. Come at me, boy. Dude, the wombo combo. This isn't Smash Bros, buddy. He's not Falco. You're still alive. Like a Bee Gees song. Ooh. Do the heals. Drying Twin Spears, and I didn't get the hammers from that guy. The Drying Hammers. I think the Drying Hammers are actually down in the Cathedral of the Deep. Yeah, the Drying Hammers, Bamo, those are pretty powerful weapons. I think I get those actually down in Cathedral of the Deep. I think that's where you get them. Down by the giant that's in there. As well as the Drying Armor. Hello! Nope, you're not the living one. You're the living one. It was you all along, sir. Yeah, you can see he's a sleepy boy. His chain's moving. That one's also alive right there. You can't just bitch slap a dude. Get out of here. I still think it would be a funny idea if enemies with weight like these guys could actually hurt you if they fell on you. I still think that'd be a funny idea. Just get killed. Thank you. Giants are sad creatures. Oh yeah. One of the many pieces of lore that carried over from Dark Souls 2 that I'm happy about. Well, consider you asked the question. Let me ask everybody in chat. What are your guys' favorite classes, including ones that you've made yourself? I've answered that my Hex Mage, Battle Mage, typically high int, high strength, Lightning Mace, Black Witch's Staff, Sunset Staff kind of build is my favorite. With a side build of like the dual wielding power stance build. What are you guys' favorite classes? I'd imagine with your excitement over the Hex Mage, that would be yours, Lack, as well. Come at me, Boyle. Yeah, I should not have. I should not have. Why am I being a silly man right now? Dude, my inputs are so fucked right now. I have no idea what's happening right now. My inputs were like backwards. Crazy. Black Knight with a Hornet Ring. Nice. Human dregs. Disgusting little creatures. Soon all of you will feel my hate and suffer as I have suffered. You know, you little bitch. You little bitch. Get out of here. I mean, these guys also have a shit ton of stamina as well. We want to talk about enemies that have a ton of stamina. Dexed in with offhand rapier. Nice. The offhand rapier is a pretty powerful build. Wrong chat, sorry. Yeah, mine's a Hex Mage. There you go. Welcome back, Endless Paradox. I love it with my first run, Dark Souls 3. I did everything in that run, to be honest. It was a hybrid strength dex build using both Drang Hammers and the Uchigatana. Strength dex Drang Hammers sounds like it would be pretty tight to use. I think that would be a pretty nice build. I never gave the Drang Hammers a big amount of use. I used them briefly, but it wasn't anything I built myself into, no. These ladders, man. Snake Eater. I'm still in a dream. That's a Metal Gear Solid reference. Ah. 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 Don't you shoot your arrows at me. Shut your mouth. Oh, that's right. I rested. They're all alive again. Little Wander Boys. Hello. It's me. It's me again. On Orlando. Hello, Lando. He's a mean one, Mr. Archers. You know, one of these days, I'm gonna learn my lesson. I'm gonna stop being a dumbass. You. Hi-yo. This. Yeah. Oh. The shiny. Do you like my outfit?